Hello and welcome to Odd Sock Comics. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I mentioned it in my last video. I bought a bunch of Mylar bags and I was intending to, I'm going to move all of my personal collection into Mylar bags, but I was intending to start with my Artgerm books. So I was going to be putting my Artgerm collection into Mylar bags. Unfortunately, I made a mistake and I ended up getting Silver and Gold Age books, and I'm going to just grab a book here. The Mylar bags are gigantic for those, so that's not going to make a lot of sense. This would be a good Silver Age book if it was the real one, but now this is the oh shoot, what's the word? Replication. I don't know what the word is. Anyway, this one is in my personal collection, so I'm going to work on that. But I was just going to stick a couple of these Silver Age books into Mylars, talk a little bit about these books and why I got them, and then and just chat about comic books in general. So first up, I have Green Lantern number 68. So this book and several other of these books I got in a Silver Age grab bag. And the whole point of that Silver Age grab bag, was I didn't know, I wanted some silver books and didn't know where to start. And I said, oh, I'll give this a shot. It was one that promised like real, a certain amount of value to it. And there were some odd good books. It was interesting. I would not do it again. It was, I think I paid about $150 for it maybe. And the books, the actual value if I was going to try to sell them, first of all, none of the books are important to me or interesting to me, so they're just random books. And if I were to try to sell them, I might get $70 or $80 out of them. And this was actually kind of a mid-level. They were randomly drawn, but I ended up with a mid-level package, like not the least valuable package there. So if I were to do it again and get the lower value, that would be pretty crummy. So that one was not a good grab bag. I don't think I'm a big fan of that kind of a book. There's just, I know why people do it, and it's not because it's valuable for the consumer on my end. Somebody might get lucky, but it's much more like the lottery than anything else. But you can also see, so this is probably a polypropylene, it might be polyethylene, I don't know. But it's a polypropylene or polyethylene bag. It's a little bit older. Started to stretch here. This is what typically happens to them. If it stays in there, it'll start to generate some acids. And it also isn't, there are a whole bunch of reasons that this is not archival grade. But that's the biggest annoying thing, is those wrinkles. So I'm going to switch this over to a Mylar bag. These things are fantastic. So Mylar is a polyethylene terephthalate, and it's called biaxially oriented polyethylene terephthalate. And and look at how shiny that is. So I actually work, I don't currently work with plastics, but I have in the past. And I work in chemicals, and I know a lot of different chemicals. Hi, you can see me. I don't hide my face. I just think that it's nice to have a black background. That's why I don't show up in the videos very often. I'll probably do some where I actually chat later on. But the Mylar is biaxially oriented polyethylene terephthalate, PET. So BOPET is how it's short. Is the short name for it, or the shorthand for it. And basically what that means is that as it's extruded into this film, it's stretched in both directions, X and Y, so it doesn't have any distortion in the plane of the plastic. And so you end up with a really strong and a really stable plastic. So this one doesn't build those curls in it. It also is very shiny, makes books look like $1 million, and it's good plastic. So I'm going to be putting these, I don't know, I've got about 12 of these books. So this one says, see, this is where they were valuing them. This one says this one was worth $35. I don't know what it's actually worth, but this is Mr. Miracle number 2. which is the first appearance of Granny Goodness. Cool book, cool characters, but not worth a lot of money. So, and that's okay. I'm still happy with it. I picked up some other Mr. Miracle books from the original series that I'll show you along the way. But this one, this one's cool because it's Granny Goodness. Interesting character. She was big, obviously, as she showed up, and then died in the current run of Mr. Miracle. Ooh, that's weird. So, I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to worry about that one later. So I was thinking of a couple of things that I talk about as I was working through this. One of the things that's kind of interesting that I've been thinking a lot about is why am I making videos about comic books in the first place? Some people do it because they have something interesting to say. I don't. I mean, I'm a little bit of a different kind of collector than a lot, and I do think that I have some views that are interesting. But the real reason that I talk about it is because this is one of the few times that I get to talk about my hobby. So this is New Gods number 8. I picked this up I think I got it for like $1, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. And it's early series New Gods, Jack Kirby, looks awesome. This was I don't know much about the book itself. I haven't read it. I will get back to reading those, but I just got that one because it was Jack Kirby. It was cheap and it looked really cool. But so the reason that I talk about comic books and the reason that I wanted to do these videos is because as far as hobbies go, this is one that I don't get to talk about much in my real life. So I'm a pretty professional dude, middle-aged. I've got my kids and everything, but in my job, there are only a few hobbies that are really acceptable. You can play golf. You can talk sports, but with people that I work with and the people that I'm around day in, day out, talking about comics just isn't really up there. I actually bumped into one guy that I work with kind of distantly that has been ordering Spider-Man comic books. He has all of the Spider-Man comic books since like 1970. And that was interesting, but he doesn't want to talk about them either because nobody else in my workplace talks about, like you start talking about comic books and they're like, oh, you're a dork. And I mean, I understand what that is, and yeah, I kind of am a dork. But so I can't talk about them with the people that I work with. This is Mr. Miracle number 3. I think I got this at the same time that I got New Gods. It was $1 or $2 or something like that. And I think that they even gave me a discount off of that because it had a tear. I paid next to nothing for this. I liked it, but it's more because it's an early Mr. Miracle. But so I can't talk to the people that I work with about comic books, and then I don't actually fit in with the people that I bump into at the comic shop. It's an interesting situation. They're in there and they're talking about, I don't know, you know the kind of people that go to comic shops, and a lot of you are those kinds of people, and that's fantastic. But I really don't have a lot of things in common. I don't play any of the card games. That seems to be one of the things that you really bump into. So this is Justice League of America, number 51. It's an early appearance of Zatanna on the cover, one of the first cool appearances of Zatanna on the cover. Bought this purely for that piece of the cover. I think this is awesome. Love the cover, love Batman on there. But yeah, I really don't have a lot of people to talk to, and definitely in my way of talking about comic books. So my hope was, number one, I can talk about it. It kind of entertains me, gets me involved in the hobby a little bit more, just the way that I like to do it. And then, I love to bump into people that have similar tastes. And my view of comic books, it's not strictly political, it's not strictly conservative, it's not strictly geeky, it's not strictly modern. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I would love to talk to. That have interesting things to say. So that's why I wanted to throw it out and see who wants to who wants to talk, who's got similar opinions, who wants to get deeper into the comic books and help me along this journey as I'm as I'm building my collection and kind of developing my way of collecting comic books. This is Adventure Comics number 346. It's the first appearance of a bunch of people. I don't remember exactly, but Karate Kid was the one that stood out on this one. This one came in that grab bag that I got. And I think it's kind of cool. I mean, other than they're just standing there on the cover, but it's kind of fun. I like this stuff. There is something about the silver books. They're bigger, and I hear that gold books are even bigger, but I've only seen 1 or 2 gold books, and I've never opened them up. But they're bigger. They just feel like there's more to them. The colors are super bright. I do like Silver Age books, and I think that I'm going to get more. So while I have this big stack of Mylars and nothing to put in them right now, I probably will end up figuring out what to put in them. So this one is X-Men number 30. I don't know what's special about this one. This one came in the grab bag as well. And I think I'll have to look at it. If you guys know what these are, if you know why they're interesting or anything. The problem is that I'm not really happy. Like, I don't want to pull them open and dig into them reading them. And it's not that I don't think that I think that I take value from them or anything. It's just I like the idea of just keeping them kind of not just taking care of them. I like that idea. They're way older than me. These are mostly early 60s, and I think you're well into Bronze Age by like 75, 77, somewhere in there, where the books got smaller. But they're way older than me. I love that they're so bright. I love that they're taken care of. They feel like something that I should respect, and do everything I can to preserve something that old. Even if they're not rare, even if they're not valuable, it's just like respect what's old. Okay, so this one, I bought this one at an antique shop, and it's not anything too special. I did like the rear view mirror look of it. I thought that was really cool, but it's just a Silver Age horror. I thought it was cool, and it was pretty inexpensive. I think I may have spent $3.50 on it. That may even be that may be bronze. I can't remember what the date is on this. It doesn't matter too much. It's going to go in one of these, and it's going to go with this older set. I bought this one, Thor 154, purely for the cover. I loved this Thor running at you. I think this is a Kirby cover as well. I did not pay $15.95 for it, but I did see it as well. I saw it in a shop, and they wanted like $40 for it. I was like, I'm not doing that. Theirs was in pristine condition, but I liked the cover. And so I went and kind of looked at it because the Thor is in color, everything in the background's in green. It's kind of it's Jack Kirby style, which is this strange, anatomically incorrect, but super active art style. I gotta say, I really love it. I mean, Jack Kirby, obviously, iconic art style, and everything that he did was pretty cool. So I bought this one, didn't spend $40 on it. I think I bought it online, I believe. I think I paid like $7.95 with free shipping, so next to nothing. I was happy about that, and I think it looks good. I like this one, and I think it'll look really good in that Mylar glowing bag that makes all of the colors pop. And here's my last one, and this one was also from the Silver Age. Well, that didn't work very well. From the Silver Age grab bag that I did. And you've looked at these books. There's like I don't remember if it's 8 of them or something that came in that bag, and they're worth next to nothing. That was a disappointment. Not the way I should have done it. I probably like the other books that I got better than those. But that's my last Silver Age book. So I've got a bunch of Mylars. Got a lot of Silver Age books. I'm gonna have to buy to use those. That'll be. They think gold as well, so I can get some gold. I'll get some gold. But here, I'll just go through these one more time. Thor 174, Thor 154, House of Mystery number 216, X-Men number 30, Adventure Comics number 346, Justice League of America number 51, Mr. Miracle number 3, Mr. Miracle number 2, New Gods number 8, and then Green Lantern number 68. So that's my entire collection of Silver Age books. Not a lot, not really anything interesting. Something that I'm still kind of toying around the edge. I like the bronze books, I like the bronze keys. I haven't, the Silver Age keys are obviously very, very expensive. And I don't know enough about the other books to kind of find my way in. It's something that I'm going to do over time. I'll get more interested in it as I read. That's one of the nice things about reading the books as I go along, is the new books are referencing back to really cool old stuff. And so if that drives my collection forward, if I find something I'm like, oh, that's cool, go back and look at a story. That's the way that I'm developing this hobby, and I really like it. So I talked a little bit about why I'm making the videos. It's so that I can find some connection to the community, find the people out there that are interested in talking about these things on the same level that I am. It's not a snobby thing. It's not I don't want to talk to the people at the shop. It's harder, and I have a hard time in person as well. So this is how I'm doing it. It's been fun. I have no intention of, this isn't supposed to be some entertaining channel. This is supposed to be reaching out to the community. And I will be trying to do more of this. The reviews and the hauls are fun, but what I really want to do is talk about comic books. Trying to watch some of the live streams that come on and get involved in the conversations there. Really cool community. I love you guys. There's some really fun people out there. So this has been great. This has been making this hobby for me, a middle-aged dude just getting into it. This has made it interesting. So I'm going to keep making these videos. Don't intend to get a ton of views, but I love that there are people that come here and comment on stuff. I like doing the giveaways. I'm going to be doing that pretty regularly. Probably on Saturday I'll put up my next giveaway video. That's something that I can do to give back and interact with the community. I think that's something that's important. And just happy to keep doing this. Like I said, I need a sign off. I don't have one now, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.